Day everyone, this is Spencer Page from Spencer Page's Weather World with another weather briefing. I'm recording this at 8:22 p.m. on the evening of April 5th, 2011, Tuesday, April 5th, 2011 that is. And what you're looking at right now are the SPC storm reports that were logged yesterday, Monday, April 4th. This will likely go down as one of the highest, most active, well, let's see if I can figure out how to phrase this correctly. One of the most active days for severe weather reports ever in the SPC logs. You can see that there were 1,347 total reports filed to the SPC yesterday. It's almost impossible to see entire states. You can see there's an especially high concentration of severe wind reports. Blue are severe wind reports, red are tornado reports, and few splotches of green are showing up. Those are hail reports. But it's almost hard to see northern Georgia, southeastern Tennessee, southeast Kentucky, and then there's just massive swaths of wind damage throughout the entire southeast. It was an amazing day yesterday. And of course, right here in the tri-state, there were a few tornadoes even across southern Kentucky along the western Kentucky Parkway. Those did some damage and even caused a few injuries in the Hopkinsville and Greenville areas, along with out back west towards Paducah. There were some tornadoes out there. But that was the past, so we move on to the future when, once again, we could see even more severe weather. This is the Storm Prediction Center Day 4 to 8 day convective outlook. You can see that we were outlined in a severe weather risk area for Day 6 when the outlook came out this morning. Day 6 is Sunday. The National Weather Service in Paducah is also catching up on this possibility and seeing that there could be, yet again, another potential for a significant severe weather event on Sunday, so we'll have to watch this and see how this all turns out. At this time, of course, it's a little bit too early to get into true specific details. That kind of bit me a little bit this time. I gone into the details a little bit too early with this event, so we'll hold off until we get more data to get into more specifics with this event on Sunday, which will be April the 10th. So right now, let's take a look at the North American model. This is something new that you've never seen before in these weather video briefings. This is actually the computer model output that I look at to put together my nightly forecast. This is the 500 millibar height and vorticity. 500 millibar is up in the atmosphere about, well, more or less as in the meteorological applicable atmosphere. It's about midway through. It's a very good place to see a lot of different features that affect the weather down here at the surface. You can see this is at 0Z tonight, which is 7 p.m. You can see at 7 p.m. there's a large trough of low pressure. That's what this area right here is, especially with this area in the low pressure center located up in Canada, that was bringing us that slightly cooler and windy weather today. That is moving out of the area, and you can see by, skipped it right there. By tomorrow at 1 p.m., it's well off the east coast, and we are now in what we call a zonal flow, which provides, for the most part, a rather tranquil weather pattern. But you can see that little teensy tiny area. You see that little 12 there. That's what we call a shortwave trough developing in northeastern Kansas. And that could bring a slight risk for severe weather into Kansas and Missouri on Thursday night. Main concern out of that would be some hail. And we can't completely rule out as some thunderstorms move into our area. This, by the way, this output you're looking at right now is for Thursday at 1 p.m., which is 18 UTC. You can see that storm is over Kansas, and that storm, as I just mentioned, will be moving a little bit towards our way on late Thursday night. This output is for Friday at 1 a.m. You can see that shortwave trough is located over southern Missouri, so we'll probably see a few showers and thunderstorms during the night on Thursday. And just with the nature of these storms, I can't completely rule out some isolated reports of large hail, but by no means is this an overly concerning severe weather event. Now out here to the west, you can see our next big storm maker moving into California and the rest of the west coast, and this one looks pretty strong. We will certainly have to watch to see how this one pans out. So as a matter of fact, this is now looking at Friday at 7 p.m. You can see that trough is digging even further down into southwestern California. And also notice that this trough is kind of tilted a little bit. We call that a negatively tilted trough, and those are the ones that can cause us some problems. So that has, well, thought there was one more slide, but I guess not. So this has been your little weather briefing for Tuesday night, April 5th, 2011. Seems a little bit rockier than normal tonight. Not sure what my problem is, so you know what? I'll try to iron out anything that goes wrong by the next time I do a video briefing and make sure it goes a little bit smoother. Didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this one, so we will be sure to iron out any kinks that we saw in this one by the next weather briefing, which, you know, if all goes well, hope to have another briefing, say, I'm going to set a goal of Thursday night. I'll go over what the weekend storm system is looking like. And then, of course, over the weekend, I'll have a little bit more time on my hands, and I'll be sure to produce some more video weather briefings, if that severe weather threat still exists. And like I mentioned that I was going to do with our past little severe weather event on Sunday, I was going to try out some streaming, but that didn't happen. So maybe with this event, we'll see how it pans out and how my schedule ends up panning out. We'll see if I can do a little bit of streaming coverage of that event. So have a good evening in summary.